Thank you. I'm honored, but I can't see you. It is with joy, pride, and humility that I accept this Right Arm Award, Right Arm St. Louis Award. You know, when I read about Right Arm Award, I had to do a little research and find out why, but then I did some research, and I still really don't know why. But I'm blessed, and I especially appreciate all that was said about me. Yes, I've retired from the practice of law after 60 years in state and federal courts. And during the time of the practice, I also had the honor of being appointed by President Lyndon Johnson as the first woman commissioner of the U.S. Commission on Civil Rights, served for 16 years. It was a period of civil rights activity, of protests against racism, discrimination in education, especially education, employment, housing, name it, and that was true. And as the commissioner, and others also were working very hard to make a difference. And as some of us are already just being very happy about the fact that at least we can still be around and recognize that at least on June 2nd, 50 years ago, the Civil Rights Act was passed. And in 1965, the Voting Rights Act was passed. We still have issues, we still have problems. But as I was going to say, I would have said, and as my remarks I said, I was going to be able to say, there are individuals in this room with whom I have worked for more than 4 decades, but as I said, I really can't see you. So I know that you're there. But one of the things that this St. Louis region, and I did some research on that, the representing 15 counties, no more than 15 counties, but representing all of the region, by state, Missouri and Illinois. There's a lot of work to do, and there's a lot of work that has been done. And one of the facts that I am so appreciative of is that one of the programs that was initiated about 12 years ago and financed by Civic Progress, the St. Louis Minority Diversity Program, has asked already now a part of the St. Louis Regional Chamber. And this is very important because in our country, in our state, and in our city, one of the issues has been the lack of of diversity. And the program that has been in operation now for the last 12 years has at least undertaken work to help provide for the advancement of minorities. Minorities, African American, Hispanic Americans, Native Americans, Asian Americans, all working together with white Americans. But for the minorities, a year of training in which they are given the opportunity from having been nominated by their companies to at least work and engage and become leaders not only in their companies, but in 3 cases, some of them have become CEOs. Many of them have been promoted. About 300 already have completed the work that was provided for them. And one of the issues that, of course, is still prevalent here is the lack of partnerships related to at least both minorities and whites. But that is improving, because in the beginning there were probably 15 companies that were working and for this in the program, with probably about 20 fellows. This year there are 35 companies that are working in the program, and there are 72 fellows, which means that there is recognition that we all need to recognize the value of working together without regard to race. We all need to recognize that we can learn from each other, that we teach each other, we learn from each other, but it should not only be limited to just being at work on a job. There are associations that need us all being together. But first, at least, we all must know where the problems are and be able to deal with them. I want to express my thanks again for this award. I especially want to say thank you to Joe Reagan. I also want to say thank you and appreciation for Valerie Patton, who was the founding executive director and is still working on it. But there are many others who are working. And I say also, as I also say thank you again for the award, that recognize that while we have made progress, we all are working and the region is working to improve St. Louis. There is and has been much progress, but there's still much more to be done. So keep the faith and carry on. Thank you.